now in preparation for the end of the unit test and the class test, we will be discussing how to comment on an excerpt that is taken from literary work. What you're going to see is for a novel, for short story, and also for plays. But for the play and the drama, there will be a little bit of difference. We will discuss it when the time comes for that. But for now, so you will have a question similar to this, which is you will have an excerpt taken from the short story, from the novel, or anything. Each question will have like 5 marks. You will have 2 marks for the following points, and the other half would be for how you put it into order. So you will have a question, briefly comment on the following extract. It will be taken from the short story. I'm sure you already read what each story about, or at least you taken some idea each story, what is it about. How to answer this question? So your comment should be in a paragraph form. Again, make sure that you are writing in a paragraph form. Never write in bullets or 1, 2, 3. Number 2, you identify the text and the writer. You're going to say this text is taken from the short story XYZ by the writer XYZ. Okay? Relate the extracted quote to its context. Then you are going to say, exactly, you're going to say this part is taken from the story XYZ by the writer XYZ. This happened when, where, and why this dialogue happened. So this is exactly how you need to comment on any extract. Then the next part, you need to explain the significance of the quoted statement to the development of the theme. Like, for example, remember in the White Elephant, okay? The man and the woman met in the train station. What happened in the train station would definitely have a relation to the development of the story. Then you need to explain the event, where did it happen, and why it is important, what does it add to the development of the theme or the story, the plot. Look at that, the theme or the plot. Now, if you talk about a certain theme, for example, if this story is talking about betrayal, so you're going to say this action adds to the depth of the idea of betrayal when X did so and so, and Z did so and so. Okay? And characterization. You need also to talk about the characterization. Look at the yellow highlighted points here. There will be a mark for each one. Mark for each one, or part of the mark for each one. Okay, tell me something about the character. Tell me something about the event itself, and what is the relation of the event to the story, the plot of the story, or the theme of the story. And then you need to identify some narrative technique. You need to tell me the writer uses irony. The writer uses the style of whatever. The writer in the exposition for the story, he used the element of suspense, and so on and so forth. I want you to comment also on the writer's style and the narrative, the technique, or any specific feature the writer used in the language. For example, here, if you read this, if you read The Necklace, I am utterly miserable at not having any jewels, not a single stone to wear. She replied, I shall look absolutely no one. I would almost rather not go to the party. Wear flowers, he said. They are very smart at this time of the year. For 10 francs, you could get 2 or 3 gorgeous roses. Obviously, this is a dialogue between the lady in the necklace, the heroine, the main character, and her husband. She was, of course, if you read the story, you know that they were invited for attending a dinner at the municipality, which is like rich people will be there, and the husband is working there. So she felt embarrassed. Why? Because she doesn't have any jewelries or any stones, and she felt that she's going to look like a poor person. But he came up with a very good idea, and he told her, why don't you like use a decoration from flowers, because the flowers are very smart at this time. Smart here meaning fresh and beautiful at this time of the year. Why don't you wear flowers instead of the jewelries? What you're going to say here, this excerpt is from The Necklace by Guy de Maupassant. So what did I do here? I mentioned the name of the story and the writer. This is really important because you will have marks for that. This excerpt occurs at the house of Monsieur and Madame Lucille when he gave her 400 francs to buy a dress to attend the party at the Ministry of Education. So now you talk about the setting. You tell me where and when and why, what happened. See, in 2 lines only, okay? But she felt that the new dress is not sufficient for her to look like a classy woman among the rich people who will attend the party. So she felt sad and wanted to get a piece of jewel too. Her husband suggested wearing flowers instead. See, a lot of details given here. Each piece has a mark or a part of the mark. This excerpt has a significance, and I want it to be distinct. You tell me that this scene is important because of what? Why it is significant? Why? You need to tell me. As it forms a rising action towards borrowing the necklace from Madame Frostière. So the borrowing the necklace is going to the towards the climax. You are going now to the climax when she gets the necklace and so on. So you tell me that this is a rising action toward blah, blah, blah. Okay? Hence, the plot of the story accelerates because of the necklace. This is foreshadowing. So the writer, when you are writing here, you're answering this very small, tiny thing is responding to identify the narrative technique. Okay, so each word you write here to cover these points is really important. You can have a screenshot or so to identify the yellow highlighted things that you need to write about when you are explaining a quotation. And then to conclude, this excerpt sheds light on the character of Monsieur Lucille as a caring, loving husband who sacrifices his own money that he was saving to buy a gun. Of course, if you read the story, you will know that the husband was saving the 400 francs to buy a pistol or a gun. But he sacrificed that and gave the money to his wife in order to look nice and to look happy in the party of the ministry. Instead, he gave the money to his wife just to make her happy. The wife, on the other hand, is not happy as she feels her husband is below her social class and poor. Okay, you're supposed to do this as an exercise, but I'm caring for the time. So this is how you need to answer this question in order to get the 10 marks, to get full mark. Any questions here? Is this clear? Of course, how to answer such a question is not going to be written in the test. It's not going to be written in the test, but you need to remember what to write under each one. What you will see in the test, only the excerpts here, only the quotations or the words taken from the story. Okay? I can give you like 5 minutes to review the terminology, what to write, the foreshadowing, what does foreshadowing mean, what does the plot mean, what is the characterization mean, just for refreshing your memory. However, the writing, even it's simple, you don't have to worry about it because you will have the excerpt. All what you need to know, this is taken from which short story and who is the writer. Remember the homework we did in class? For the whole stories, you were able to find out each story, who is the writer, the year of the publishing, and what is the writer talking about, what is the message, what is the moral in the story. So don't worry about that. All what I want you to focus on is those small highlighted points that you need to include in your answer. Are we good? Okay. Yusuf just said yes. Okay. Safa, are we good?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you like few minutes, 3 minutes, maybe you can just look at the terminology just in case, and I will be uploading the test for you now. It's the unit test.